All right, guys. Welcome back to from the break on session 45. Uh, it is morning after you guys have had your iron gut breakfast, where all of you are feeling a little bit more hearty. Grant is unfortunately a little bit weary, and the disease is slowing him down just ever so slightly. But the teas and the food are helping. Rock is in a state of a little bit of realization of the dread that you guys might be under, and you are no longer accompanied with Pebble. Uh, what would the menagerie like to do?
Well, we want to get going pretty fast, right? So, man, this is really good, Al. You did a good job. Damn.
ha- since stuff has
Thank you,
died
thank
off
you.
quite a bit, would we be able to maybe use Bray at this point to go a little faster?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a survival check. And if
What's the terrain like now? Is it still really wet and swampy, marshy?
it is, but it's not as to the point. That's actually all you needed was a 10 because you're a druid. I
Hey,
wanted to like make fun of you in case you rolled lower.
Like a good DM.
Yes. Yes, sometimes you got to have those needless checks just in case they roll a natural one, right?
There's only one way to really fail. Let's see if you do it.
Exactly. It's like, oh, I won't fall in this lava. I rolled a natural one. Damn it. All right. But yes. Um, you, as you've been kind of progressing, the terrain is becoming more and more hilly. It is still covered in roots and vegetation's low and dense, but there is semblance of dirt and floor, and it is wet. It is that marshy, so water walk is still probably beneficial. However, it is to the point where the brays could possibly find clearings and tracks to kind of walk through. Um, it is no like the first what 7 days or so, first week of materia, quite literally was just walking on vegetation, on vegetation, on vegetation, just growed. And you never really set foot on solid ground until you hit a hill. That's why it's called deep root. You are deep in the roots of everything.
mm-hmm.
So, but no, here there is semblance of earth and dirt. And Kalsar, as you kind of put your hand on the ground, you kind of feel that slight connection with earth itself. And you're like, yeah, Bray could handle it, especially assisted with water walk.
And you said there were still undead kind of
Yes. So,
moraine, around.
yeah, they're trundling around. They are the the zombies are all but just basically just like they find a place and they just kind of stand and like they just stare off. The husks are moving around, but they're not like I guess they're not like you've studied hunters and stuff. They're not like in a hunting patrol or anything like that. The ghouls, and you really only see a few of them, they're completely normal. They're active. They're crawling around. They're scouting. They're looking. They're and they seem to be the ones that are the most. And then with the animals that are in the state of undeath, it's mostly like within the zombie state where they're very lethargic. They don't seem to do much. They seem to just kind of stand. However, as the group is traveling, and if you do get their attention and you do like cause some sort of stimuli in their vicinity, they do act as normal. So
If we use our torches, I mean, it gives us
mhm.
like, well, can we sneak by them in a as a party if we have our torches out and stuff like that?
The torches have been very effective in the last days of travel. So yeah, if you guys want to, someone can go ahead and light up their torch, and you guys got 8 hours of pass without a trace versus undead.
Would that also more than likely hide like the brays, or would that be too much noise that it wouldn't work?
So It would, in the sense of they would be in the vicinity,
Mhm.
and Calisaur just, you know, Cal and most of y'all are smart enough to discern that it's not necessarily like it's not masking the sound. It's not. It just seems, as you've been kind of observing, as you've been walking, and some of the vapors and the smoke gets into vicinity with the undead, especially what seems to be like the more common, lesser ones. It just seems to like mute and dull their senses, or what senses they have left. It just seems like muddled in a way. You're able to like kind of like ascertain that they just kind of like get in like a haze in a way. It's the sound. It doesn't muddle the sounds. It doesn't make y'all like invisible. It doesn't like it's not a billowing smoke cloud that's like covering you guys.
Yeah.
It just kind of
But
seems
it's also not going to drive them out of the space. It's not like it's going to part them for us, right?
Mm-hmm. And by no
So
means, yeah, does that.
could be hard to maneuver if there's, I don't know, how thick of is the horde out there when we're kind of looking out over them.
So the thickest point, the group would have let you know, Grant, like at night, there at one point about 15 zombies did rush the hill when you coughed.
Right.
But that was by far the most that you saw. Just standing out there, like if we were to like use the image that we have where you see like the trees in the back and all that, in the immediate vicinity, you're not going to see them. But like if we pinged over here, you'll probably see like one or two undead walking by, another one kind of trembling here. You know, you cannot, at this point, you cannot turn 90 degrees without seeing at least some semblance of undead, be it a zombie, be it a husk, be it an undead animal, be it a ghoul.
Got it.
So if somebody does want to light the torches, y'all are more than welcome to. Just make sure you guys don't burn too many of them. One is enough. It provides like that 30-foot bubble. If you guys do want to summon the Bray, Nico said, sorry, be right back. Summon the Bray if needed. I will go ahead and throw their tokens. I need to find
we should, I think.
Where are
Speed
they? Are
is
on
paramount.
All right, one sec. Grabbing them off the Volpine map. They don't actually have character sheets.
I got
for
apples.
Has anybody seen Chestnut?
Them. Chestnut?
I want number 5. Is that the idiot that doesn't have a name yet? Number 4, maybe?
4 and 2.
There's 4 and 2. Torberius is Nico Marv. There you go. Chestnut.
Number 2 is the sucker. Number 2 is actually the winner, right? But
Yes,
Alan
I think number 2 was the
him
winner.
at the very beginning.
Yeah. I think number 2 was the winner, actually, if I remember right. All right. But yeah, so I will say, Grant, one limitation of this, like to be a dick DM in those sense is you're not able to participate in rituals. Your concentration just gets broken with the hacking and the coughing, and even though you're feeling a little bit better, it's just not going to work. So if it comes down to, if you do want to do water walk, I believe it falls completely onto Calisaur.
Yeah, so we're also trying, I guess, to use my crystal to navigate as well.
Sure. So you would kind of probably be up here. Bloop.
Yeah.
Let's just do this. Drag everyone back down a little bit. That feels better. So, are you taking a Bray, or what's the plan?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably try and ride with somebody just so I don't have to worry, since I'm already going to be doing ritual and trying to navigate. I'd probably want to ride with somebody if possible.
All right. Anyone in particular?
Is this the kind of disease that I should be worried about? If I asked Al, would Al potentially know? Al, is this kind of disease that I could pass on to others because we're close to each other? Or is this going to be
Is this COVID?
Do I need to get the helmet with the glowing eyes to cover
That's
my
your
face
mask,
off or
yeah.
something?
And then nobody can wear the helmet for 2 weeks.
I would actually, Al, role play it.
And the old wives' tale was always you'd have to sting me to pass it on, but that turned out to be false. Yeah, we do need a little bit of distance. It's just the coughing really is all it really is.
And I'll try and keep it covered, and I'll aim away from you guys.
Do you want to put the helmet on?
If you think it's a
I
good
mean-
idea, I do think it would help. You can breathe in it.
I mean, yeah, Rock. Can I? Do we have any other masks or face covering? No. Then Rock, can I have?
I
the
should
helmet?
say-
I'll clean it out. I'll get it blessed or whatever.
How
Before I
about
return.
you just cover it with your hands when you cough? Because that coughing into that loud metal thing might make a lot of noise.
One way to find out.
Up to y'all.
No, that's fine too. I'll just I'll do the Dracula as much as possible.
That's fine. But yeah, if you want to, Grant, I don't know who's got the steel visor right now. I
Should
don't.
be in the bag of holding. Rock's
think
the
so.
only one who's been playing around with it.
I think it's actually on his person equipment. Yeah, it's on his
Yeah,
person.
I have it. I have it.
Alright. Yeah. But yeah, you're more than
Um,
welcome to swap it onto Grant's person if you wish.
No, he's diseased.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll just ride closer to Rock. It's fine.
All right. So we'll put you on number 2.
Camp.
And then Rock, you get number 4, the unnamed number 4. And then Cal, you can just pick with whoever you wish to be writing with. And I'll put Pebble over to the corner.
Is there
no.
anybody who would want to be riding up front, particularly?
I'd be willing to pilot.
All right.
See, the team that won
Yeah.
sticks together. Let's see how it is.
Ah!
Back
Do
you
you
up.
guys- do
Chestnut?
you guys want your
Bye.
wait, no.
Where did I go?
Wait, are you underneath it?
No, I somehow went way out
To
to
the
the
right.
right.
How? That's weird. Okay, I'll drop you another token.
Get fucked off.
There you go. Can you control it?
Yeah.
I have no idea what happened. That was pretty gnarly. All right. So Cal and Al. There you go. All right. So as you guys do depart, I guess Crystal is in hand. Are you guys using a torch or no?
Yeah, I'll use mine.
Okay. So go ahead and start marking. I'll let you know how many hours. So it's up now to the group. What pace would y'all like to try? I actually need to read Marb's abilities. Marb might actually let y'all travel at a normal pace. I don't remember. But how do you guys wish to navigate on the Braze? Are you guys going for speed? Are you guys going for stealth? Well, like what's the group consensus here?
I
I
would
know how
say we
stealthy
got the
can be on
brains so we could go
Braze.
faster if possible.
Okay.
Yeah, just go.
Just go. Okay.
Full bore.
All right. So, need for speed. Okay. So, in a sense, as you guys are going, you guys are making track. You're making pace. Is anyone doing anything? Are you focusing on anything other than I know Calisaur's on the crystal? What else is everyone's focus? Grant, it's kind of nice that you're on an animal or on one of the brays because, well, you're not having to walk and you're not slowing the group down. So, anything in particular?
We have a torch lit, right?
Yeah, mine. I
Yes.
have it.
Davis has
Yeah.
a torch.
And then Adam will tell me when to burn an hour,
Yeah, and I'll
or
just
however
kind of
many
do.
hours to burn.
Yeah, I know this is a leaf, but it looks kind of like a fire, so I'll put that one on you so I know you got a torch. Actually, no, I'll just do. What am I doing? I'll do an orange dot. That's fire.
The
Alright.
torches are black, right?
Shut up, Grant.
I don't have a black dot, unfortunately. So, all right. So as you guys are trekking through, anyone focusing on anything other than Calisaur and the crystal?
I just want to make sure Grant's not falling off his bray
Okay.
when he
So you'll
coughs.
kind
and
of
stuff.
ride.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're riding next to
I could
him.
be falling off the bray potentially.
All right, so we'll do something like that. There we go.
Why
And
is his
then
bigger
Orby.
than mine?
Because I just dragged him and tried to reset him.
It's fine,
Jesus.
I'm kidding.
There. Children. No, I know it's fine. All right. No, you're good. Yeah, Nico, I am 100% know that. It's like you must allow them to sleep. So yeah, the group is departing. Nico, I was just asking if anyone is doing anything in particular. You guys are decided not to go at a stealthy pace on the brays, so you guys are just kind of hoofing it. You do have a torch to assist in whatever means it can assist. So let me know if anything specific is going on. If not, we'll just get to our usual questions as you travel.
Why did that sound so ominous?
It's not meant to.
Mm.
Oh, Nico's having audio problems. Okay.
Smack it.
Hello?
Yay!
There we go.
On the play.
Ultimate solution. Just smack it. Just
Smack it.
smack it. All right. So,
I'll say I was a little high strung between just trying to get a good path. He's not used to being an elite, I guess. So he's having to find a good path and not get distracted by Cal's crystal, which it's so interesting.
every once in a while, the light will kind of catch it, and it kind of does that rainbow effect. And you,
I'll look over for 2 seconds and almost bump into something.
mhm.
Dude, don't hit the curb.
Yeah.
It's a pedestrian.
Yeah. So, all right, all 5 charges are off on the thing. Yeah. Why does it not let me link the bray? That's annoying. Oh, because they don't technically exist. What were they? They were mules. That's what I need to look up. What is the traveling speed of a D&D mule? I don't remember. And what is its passive dexterity? I don't remember because I'm not the best DM in the world. 40 and 0. Okay. So yeah, as the group is heading, you guys are going at a pace. Al, you're keeping an eye out as best as you can. Cal, you're trying to get a feel for it. You guys are starting to noticeably draw quite a bit of attention to yourselves with when you pass an undead that's within, 30, 40 feet or so. Out farther, they don't seem to really be paying attention. And then every once, you'll be going, and you guys are essentially heading, 40 plus feet in a turn. And some of them will kind of start stumbling after you guys, but essentially you're able to outpace them.
Oh, okay.
Every once in a while, it gets a little hairy, and you guys can deal with it as you see fit. I guess I'll need everybody to roll me. As you guys are going, the Bray are still spirits, but they are sentient. So I need everybody to roll me animal handling checks. As you guys are starting to get harried by undead every once in a while. At least everyone that's piloting. So, Calisor, you don't need to roll.
And
Hey.
I'd like to lucky that.
Okay. That's fine. All
Oh, wait, I
right.
need a +2, sorry.
So 12. Okay. 12,
10.
7.
5.
Wait,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
poisoned?
Yeah.
Ah,
Ten.
shit.
Exhausted.
Yeah, he's exhausted. So disability checks are a disadvantage.
wait, why did we let Grant drive? If
But
he
and so what you guys decided.
I was not here for that decision, my bad.
Do you want to sit the coffee McPacker over there? I mean, he's gonna get his disease all over you.
What was your roll, Rock?
I'm gonna get lost. I might fall off. It's okay.
All right. So as the
Somebody
group,
watch the old man.
yeah. So as you guys are going and going, there is a point where you guys have drawn enough attention to yourselves, and the Apple and is it number 2? Apple and 2 start to kind of get uneasy, and Davis, since you're trying to hold the torch and it bucks a little bit, you inevitably kind of steer and you smack into Grant's bray, and both of y'all tumble off of your bray as the group is trudging along. Rock, you have to kind of whoa and stop and everything, and now there are it's not a massive horde, but there are a few undead that you guys have to deal with. And please tell me I have all the undead tokens I need.
In front, do we hear all that? In
Oh
front?
yeah. You guys are definitely
Okay.
Here, whoa, shit!
yeah.
You
Oh
don't normally say that with something
Yeah.
going on.
That's a good shit. That's the way. That's the everything's great.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll just keep going.
Yeah, well, okay.
Wait, what?
Whoa, shit.
Yeah,
I don't know how you're gonna say that.
Whoa, dude, shit.
Oh shit.
Shit, yeah.
Huh. It
Oh,
I
it's fine.
I can't find. I guess I didn't load my regular zombie tokens. I guess I forgot to do that, so I'll just use these random ones.
Ooh,
Looks
Yeah.
like Terminators.
kind of an Iron Maiden vibe.
Yeah.
Who of us is John Connor?
I've met James Cameron in real life.
Oh damn.
Is he nice or crazy?
I don't know that I
Or a
actually
little bit
spoke
of
to him.
both?
And then there's gonna be.
Did he look nice or
This was 20 years ago.
Crazy
how was he
it is.
directing back then?
All right.
That learned his crazy face.
It was, I think, right before Avatar came out? I don't know. It would have been 2000.
2000.
All right.
Oh no, that
So
was during his good times. Okay.
I'm gonna space this out just a little bit more to make it a little bit more, manageable. You two would be here. Grant and Davis, y'all fell prone.
No.
I broke my hip.
Oh no.
Yeah, where's your medic alert bracelet?
Can I cast a spell as soon as I see Grant fall?
We're gonna go ahead and just do group initiative. So, let's see, what is it? We got a 4, a 2, a 2, a 4, and a 0. Blah blah blah, averaging out to, let's just call it a 2 for the group. And then what is Zombos?
So the torch, Adam, isn't doing anything at this point.
You for these ones that are immediately around y'all, no. It might be doing for ones that are out to a distance. They are -2. So yeah, it'll go. The group goes first, then the zombies react. Grant and Davis, you don't get a first turn
Where?
in this. No, we're in the process
I
of
know,
falling.
I'm just kidding.
So yeah, it's not a whole horde. It's like a few were following y'all, and then the fact that this one husk came out and spooked apples and then knocked into that, and they fell. Now you have to deal with the immediate vicinity. So anyone can tell me what you're doing. It's the group's turn.
I'm crying.
Just because I'm worried about Grant. As soon as I see him go down, I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on him for undead.
Is it because you guys haven't used it? Is it a touch spell or does it have a range?
Oh, it's touch. Okay, well, can I jump off and run to him?
Yep, you're able to. You go down, and that'll be your entire.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
And it's concentration. So.
Yep.
Would, if I were to cast Pass Without a Trace on us, would they still be able to like see us and know we're there?
Yes. By Pass Without Trace just helps with your stealth, but once stealth is broken, you need to be able to engage a stealth check again. So yeah, these 4 are immediately aware of y'all, and they are bearing down on y'all, and they are ready to, dig in.
I want to jump down as well, and
It's half your movement to get off of a mount. Just remember, 15 feet. Sorry, we're not playing half. We're playing 15 feet for standing and that stuff. So,
okay. And what do I need to roll to get Grand up in the bray like a potato sack?
that'll be an athletics check because it's dealing with strength. So it'll
Okay,
be a
I'll take
strength check.
athletics.
Yeah, if you have athletics, you can use athletics, and it would be trying to hoist him up. Let's see.
Aren't you like 4 foot something, 4'1.5" or something.
He can still help you get up. Like he can on your turn, he can help you stand up so you can get back on the bray or
I thought
something.
he
Because
would do like the fireman and throw me over the back of the
Yeah, like I want to lay you like not like on the saddle, but like a potato sack on the bray, so you would be like belly down horizontally.
no, I understand what you're going for. We're gonna see what you roll to see how well you can accomplish this.
See if your little bird bones help you do it.
I'm 17.
17.
Yeah, I guess I'll actually give it to
That's
you.
a
That's pretty dope.
That's
yeah.
your strength check?
I got +2, but I'm proficient in
That's a
athletics
save.
now.
You're -1.
Nice.
I have +2. I don't know.
Your strength.
I
is
am
-1.
-1 on strength.
Oh, athletics. Sorry, he
But
said
an
athletics. I thought you
athletics.
said strength check. My bad.
Yeah.
But wait, it should be
I
plus
forget
2.
you can roll.
No, Nico. +2 takes into account your proficiency. Like your athletics is normally a -1. So 12 minus 3.
So 14.
So yeah,
Mhm.
Nico, you're able to with with Grant using his movement like to help to get up. You can get him and you can start kind of helping Grant if he wishes to get up on the bray, but you are by all means not able to lift someone that is 6'3" in armor up and then put him on the bray. You're at least helping him get up.
Come on, you old man.
Thanks, Mar, but I can write it out myself. I don't need you to put me on the back like a bride or something.
Yeah, so you're not on the bray,
We
but
have less than a turn to get out of here before we get jumped by the Terminator zombies. I want less complaining and more getting back on the brace.
Get Davis up too.
all right. So yeah, Grant, you're able to get up. I'm just gonna put like numbers on these guys so you can easily tell me who y'all are targeting, if anything. Let's call this guy 3, and then let's call this guy. Well, this guy's obviously a husk, so we'll just call it husk. Okay, cool. So
I got. Well, I'm gonna do something similar. I'm gonna try and hop off and see. I'm gonna offer Davis a hand, try and help him up, and hope that he doesn't pull me down.
Right.
all right, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Oh.
You go and you're like, no, I'm
So I'm
sorry.
gonna give him and say, okay, at least let me hold the torch, and then use 2 hands tear him up, right? Right.
I'll allow that. You can pass off the torch to him.
Sure.
All right.
And if I still have anything, can I draw my rapier?
No,
My
no,
main
too
hand?
many. That would be too many. Sorry.
Okay. Then I will stab them with the torch. It'll be
Yeah,
great.
you can, because you have a buckler, you can bonus action draw your shield though,
Oh,
because it's a buckler and not a
gotcha.
shield.
Because the weapon has to be part of
It's
an
a-
attack action.
Yeah, it's an interact with object, which you could do as part of the attack action.
Okay, then yeah, I'll go torch main hand, buckler offhand.
Okay, cool. All right, Davis, you do not have the torch. Al has the torch. All right, going on to Calisor and Davis. What are you guys doing?
Why are all of y'all jumping off your horses?
I fell.
You could
Okay.
Panicked.
We could just could have just all ridden out of here super fast. I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals at him.
Okay. What are you going for? Quarters? Or are you going for halves? What are you going for?
I'm gonna go for quarters. And so that is. Sorry, I don't have 2 screens today.
No, you're good. You're good.
So that's
I got
half or lower. So
all right.
I'm just gonna call 4 crocodiles.
Nice.
Sure, I'll allow it. You're familiar with the.
And I'm basically gonna have them like pop up in front of all 4 of the zombies to try and
Impede
like
them.
kind of impede them.
All right, we'll go ahead and just use good old maul. And they are large, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, large.
All right. So yeah, how does it look when you apparate your little gators?
They kind of are just gonna appear from out underneath the water. They're just gonna slowly just raise out of the water, have water falling off their backs, and then be there.
Gotcha.
Just like a gurgle of bubbles, and suddenly, ah.
Yeah. So yeah, as you see, like yeah, there's that gurgle of bubbles, and there are some spots of water, and it's probably some parts of water where it's too small to actually hide a gator, but one just starts to manifest. You can see this like this quick little shimmer and a flash of that divine green energy that you associate with Cal, and they apparate and they snap, snap. Are they able to attack on their turn? I don't remember. I think they have to wait when they conjure.
BHB, systems are friendly. Rolling. You're supposed to roll initiative.
They're part with you guys.
Yeah, it says if you don't issue any commands, then they defend themselves.
Okay, so they'll be body blockers for this this turn.
And I'll just yell, everybody, just get back on your bray and let's ride out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Davis, what's up?
Getting up, getting on.
Unfortunately, the way that it works, 15 feet of movement to get up, you got to go over, and it takes 15 feet of movement to mount up. So.
Oh, I'm not far away from it.
Well.
Or it ran away. Or something.
Yeah, you got bopped off and all that, and then also Apple and 2 are a little bit still just a bit spooked, so they're probably kind of like, just a little bit like that, a little bit away from you.
Well, I can still dash though, right? To get on, right?
Yeah, if you wish,
Yeah.
you can run up to it.
Yeah.
All right, give me animal handling check.
Okay. God damn it, 7 again.
Yeah, you're able to get to it, and you have to like spend your turn to like calm Apple down so you can get up. All right, Undead's turn. Well, they're dumb, so they will. The husk is. Let me look at the husk real quick. The husk is also dumb. Okay, yeah, they'll swipe at your gators. All right, I trust you with the stats, Cal, because I really didn't pull up gators.
Yeah.
So 21 to hit one of your gators, 17 to hit another gator, 15 to hit another gator, and what is this guy plus? 15 to hit another gator.
Yeah, his AC is 12, so they all.
Okay, they all get hit. Do they do different damages? 6s. Okay, sweet. I only have to roll some 6s. I'm just gonna do one time, so 5. 3 of your gators take 6 damage, and the one that's next to the husk takes 8 damage.
Okay.
As they lash out. And the husk gets to attack one more time, and it misses. All right, cool. All right, y'all's turn. What are y'all doing?
Get up, get out.
Get up, get out. Sprint out. Sprint after the bray. It's running away from me, I guess.
Okay, you're able to get there. Go ahead and give me an animal handling check to try to.
Oh, shoot. Okay, yeah.
And you kind of pull up to it and start hacking a little bit.
Can I guidance myself? Lawbearer protects me.
Sure, it'll help you calming the animal, but it won't necessarily let you get on it right away. But yeah, you can. Hey, Jonesy. Destroyer of doors. There's no doors to destroy because it's open all night. So.
He did all the destruction already.
Yeah. 12. Okay, yeah. So you're able to calm it down, and on your next turn, you'll be able to mount up and go. No problem.
Next turn? Okay.
Yeah. So that is your action to, get there, hold it. You get number 2 calmed, and then you're good to go. All right. Did I delete a portion? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. Which one? There's apples. Where's number 4? There's number 4. There you go. Sorry, I'm accidentally moved one way too far out of the way. All right. Is everyone else just attempting to mount up?
I want to do a flippy, spinny, acrobatic mount.
Sure. Your passive dexterity is high enough. You go ahead. Your passive acrobatics is a 17. Yes, you can flippy, spinny, do all the sweetness that you want.
Sweet.
Slide across the hood of the bray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Bray.
Hey guys, I'm picking up meals, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna jump on a Bray and run if that's what we're doing.
Sure. All right. He gets on his Bray. Al.
I'd like to cast a minor illusion on Grant. Maybe just put a tree on him, around him.
Okay. Yep.
Before I have on my own.
Nice. Yeah, so it's movement to be able to get on one. So yeah, you're able to. And Grant, you for a moment you don't feel anything, but because of the way the illusion is, you just kind of see the shimmering. And Al, how does your illusion take? Is it the fiery style, or how does it look when you do your illusion? I don't think you've used it before.
It opens with kind of a molten fiery. So this one, since it's a tree, it's going to grow from the bottom up. Then after it's encompassed Grant and tries to keep going up, it'll have the material of a tree at that point.
Yeah, I like it.
Molten leading up to it.
Gotcha. So yeah, Grant, you see this very quickly, just like the swirl of flame at your feet, and then a tree. Barry, you understand it. You've seen Al do his illusions with the Simon encounter. So, or the turn. So yeah, you're encompassed. Al, you can jump on whichever one you want to.
If Chestnut still has Cal,
Yep. Oh.
then I'm gonna stick with that.
I believe you
All
mean
right, cool.
Chestnut.
And
Chestnut?
Chestnut? Oh, how you doing, Chestnut?
Gotta go double question mark for that.
Chestnut?
It's question mark, exclamation point, question mark.
Yeah. The next Grant is the only one that's not on there. I'm gonna roll one more set of dice. All right, misses on one, misses on the other Gator. Number 3 critically hits your Gator at the bottom. So that is 13 points of damage. And the Husk misses, and the Husk. Seriously, this Husk misses. Okay, yeah, the Husk misses. So they're kind of occupied by your Gators, not attacking the group. I need everybody to roll me. Well, not everybody. Just somebody roll me a percentile dice. I don't care who. Somebody. Okay.
63.
63. All right. As Cal, you're up on the mount, and Marb, you're up on there. You see that the commotion is starting to kind of get the attention of some other ones. Not a whole bunch, but there's some of them are starting to kind of just slowly kind of start stumbling through the shrubbery. Grant, you're able to jump on your Bray. And I don't know if the group left like one turn before you, but if they did, then you're starting to and catch up.
Fly. Or
Gotcha. All right, I need everybody now. For the sake of this, it is going to be a moderate skill challenge. Everything will be at advantage just because the Gators are working as impediments. Let me know if you can do a choice of animal handling to control the Bray, perception to determine a path, and survival to avoid obstacles. So let me know what you guys find is most
I will
interesting
animal
to
handle.
y'all.
I can't roll bad 3 times in a row.
Okay.
Wait, which one was the last one?
Survival.
Survival.
Adam,
I'll
the
do
last
perception.
section, never mind.
What?
As we're like taking off, if there's like any zombies kind of coming towards us, I'd probably direct my Gators that like are still alive to try and like distract them and make noise in like other directions.
Okay, so yeah, you see like a couple of them kind of are gnashing and start banging their tails on the ground and all that. Yeah. This one, the one that got critically hit, will poof. Yeah. And then this one, now that's fighting the husk, will also essentially. But yeah, so you get the distractions.
But and then guess I'll roll perception.
Sure.
We're out at the front.
Yep.
Looks like Al already did. I don't know if that matters.
No, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just to see how people. Okay, yeah. So you guys definitely very quickly, you guys are able to point out a path to take. Davis, you got complete control of Apple, and Grant, are you doing anything in particular, or just kind of going?
He's focused on just not falling off the horse, so he's gonna pray to the law bearer, cast Enhance ability on himself.
Oh, okay.
Owl, so you can at least cancel out the
Yep.
disadvantage.
Gotcha.
And still roll mediocre. 11 total.
That's okay. So was that for the survival pool to avoid obstacles?
That was for the animal handling pool.
Animal handling pool. Okay, so animal handling is 33. Perception is through the roof, and obstacles is. Go ahead and roll since Rock is out here. Can someone roll me a d20 plus 4? That'll be his survival check, so it'll go to the survival pool.
Yeah,
Okay. Cat, all right.
Total. Oh, never mind.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear.
That's fine.
So they were
We'll
gonna
go
be
with what's.
let's all roll it and
they're all
average.
terrible.
Yeah, so
That is pretty fair
25.
if everybody rolled.
Yeah. 25 is good. Okay, good enough. So yeah, it's going to be like you guys are able to go, and since you're not focusing on distraction or stealthiness and all that, you for the next 10 minutes or so, it's pretty tense where you're pulling in some, and they're starting to do that. But then eventually, as you guys kind of build up some distance and get a little bit further away, and now the sense of the burning torch and all that kind of starts doing its effect and all that, it does eventually start to calm down, and you are able to within 15 minutes or so go back to a whew, and
We
you guys
still
are
want to be
no
going
longer in
fast as
danger.
we can, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, I understand. So you guys are trekking. I'm assuming you're not dashing the. Are you continuing to dash the beret, or are you starting to once it starts to alleviate to go ahead and start to get them down to a normal pace?
My vote would still be dash. I don't know about everybody else.
I would wave the torch to kind of try to slow everybody down just for a minute.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna yell or anything, but I'm gonna try like huddle.
Yeah.
I will socially distance.
And and I think I'd still try to like lightly trot, but be within talking distance. Except for Grant, he's doing the right thing. Thank you, Grant. I'd offer Davis back the torch.
Sure.
So, I think Cal had a point back there. We survived. I feel like I don't know if we got lucky. I don't know if we did the right thing, but it does kind of seem like everybody jumping off might have put us in a. But then there's no man left behind. I don't.
I'm always gonna jump down and try to help anyone who falls. Like, what if they? I mean, I guess not. We don't know in character, but like, we don't know how much injured they are when they fall. And we know Grant has been down. Like, I know it definitely wasn't the right decision or the survival decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, like no man left behind. Not apologizing for that choice. I'm always gonna jump down.
I appreciate it. I think it was fine.
Okay.
Appreciate the help, Mark.
Okay.
Kind of impressed you picked me up so easily.
And now the chicken bones are sturdier than you might think.
I'm gonna smile at Davis and show my teeth.
You did good.
Horrifying.
So I guess with that, yeah, you guys are able to start kind of collecting yourself and making pace, and continuing the water walk tradition ritual, keeping the torches lit. The next, let's call it with all the rolls for survival and all that perception. Yeah, the next 5 hours go fairly smooth. Calasor, as you're focusing in on your crystal, every once in a while you do kind of get a little twitch, and that's where you're kind of adjusting the course. And yes, 5 hours.
Okay.
Yes. And now as you guys start trekking a little bit further into this, the landscape does start to recede in vegetation. Go ahead if you are going to say something. No? Okay, I thought someone was starting something. The vegetation density definitely starts to kind of dwindle and diminish. It's by all means not gone or vacant. And you are starting to see, as you guys are passing hills, you're even passing, you're not going on hills, you're just passing them. And these hills at this point are lush, quote unquote lush. Like, there were signs of trees on there that have probably died. There are signs of the usnea all over the place. There are some shrubberies and grasses and all that. No flowers. None of your delicate vegetation survives here. As you guys do essentially at one point kind of crest up and go towards on a hill just to maybe kind of stop and get your bearings and look around, with the group kind of pointing out, go ahead and everybody make me a perception check.
Okay.
And unfortunately your enhanced abilities would have faded.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right, 20 for Al, not dirty 20. Oh, natural 20. Okay, Davis, 24.
Oh,
And 19, so 27.
5 with
Yeah.
disadvantage.
You were 21 if you didn't. Okay.
8,
So yeah.
sorry, 8 total.
Yeah, I get you. All right. So yeah, Davis and Calisor, with your 24 and 27 totals, as you guys do go up these hills, and the hill, these hills are starting to get significant where they're 50, 60, feet. You are able to actually kind of see at some points kind of over the treetops that are the trees that are growing lower. And the two of you see this. It looks almost like when light reflects off of a mirror kind of effect. Far off in the distance, it's probably more than a day's worth of travel, and it just barely registers through, and it's got this like slightly bluish glow to it. It's just a little fine point off to off the course that you're setting, but kind of more off to the east. Very faint. It almost looks like a star twinkling, like as if it was like daylight, but there's like a little star like sitting above the trees. It's got a little blue tint.
If I climb a tree, or would I be able to get a better view of it at all?
Yeah, it's so far away now. Like the amount of distance behind there. Yeah, you try to like instinctively, you guys kind of take like a 5-minute, 10-minute pit stop on the hill. Cal, you find a tree, scale it, look, and it doesn't really change the scope of distance. So that's how you know it's not necessarily like a day's worth of travel. It might be a little bit more. So, and then when you guys do, if there's nothing else on the hill, by all means, y'all can point it out as you wish. I will say one other thing is this area does start to, the ground is more on the damp side, and because there's less vegetation and it is more dirt, and that you are starting to trek through more mud and slush and such.
I guess if I could, I might take out the map that I've been trying to keep and maybe plot a point of interest marker on about where I think it is.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a navigator's wisdom.
So using navigator's tools?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's gonna be 20.
Nice. You're fairly sure that you can keep a beat on it, keep a plot. Kind of going back and forth with Calisor, as you two seem to be the ones that noticed it at first before you start sharing with the information with the group. It's probably a little bit more than a day's worth of travel, maybe 2. It's hard to gauge.
But now y'all be like, hey, I think I've got the right triangulation for where it looks like we might be going, guys. But we'll keep relying on the shard to guide us as well. But if it starts leading us way off track, then I guess we'll have to have a discussion.
Yeah. Do there seem to be a lot of hills between here and there?
So Calisor and Davis, your little perk for getting the extra 20. You can start seeing where there's like vacant holes again. There are shrubs and grasses growing, but the density of the trees is not nearly as much. So it's kind of easier to spot out a few hills out in the distance. And then some of these hills do have large trees, and it's kind of easy to spot where there's like a tree or a grouping of trees that are just much higher than the rest of them. Yeah, so you're able to definitely confirm that there are, oh geez, dozens and dozens of hills at this point. I guess, Davis, the little perk that I'll give you as well with the natural 20 is as you guys start departing and heading, following where you think you need to go, you're kind of keeping an eye out for undead. And as you guys travel for about another 10 minutes or so, you kind of are thinking about what Marv was talking about, like troll tracks and all that. And you see some larger tracks and all that. And then off to the distance, not too far from one trail that you guys are sort of kind of following along, there is just a dozen, maybe 18. It's hard to tell, of just corpses of humanoids that are just ripped apart and smashed and bashed and destroyed.
Yeah, that's pretty ominous, guys.
I think we should avoid that.
Yeah.
Can we like CSI?
Zoom in, enhance.
We
Yeah.
should maybe get to the next hill as quickly as we can.
Are they like super fresh?
Oh yeah. Good
No,
point.
no.
Like, are we gonna get jumped like behind like the next like
I get you.
swampy corner?
Yeah. So are you saying, are the tracks super fresh or the corpses super fresh?
Both.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a survival check, Mr. Marb, and depending on how you do, you might need to roll me an investigation. I'll let you know. Actually, no, it would just straight be investigation. So if you rolled, I'll just adjust. So investigation, you're proficient, so plus 2 more. Okay, so 20 total. 20 total investigation. As you kind of drop down in the group, you see, Davis points it out, and you guys see this, and Marb, you instinctively kind of hop down, get down, and follow the tracks. See that the corpses are in all manner of decay and rot and just gross. And with the 20, you know that these are just undead that have just pulverized, just smashed, bashed, destroyed. And you kind of like take a moment to kind of look around, and there are tracks. Not the freshest, like a day's worth, maybe. It's kind of hard to tell because of how damp the soil is, and they can already start sinking in. They're troll tracks, and they are, and you see, and there's probably about 4 sets of tracks that you can see, and they seem to be doing something, smashing and bashing, maybe. If anyone is trained in Well, if anyone is proficient in history, I think that's the most applicable
Grant,
one.
maybe?
I am.
Yeah. Anyone in history, you can roll me a
Remember,
check.
I was a soldier. All of my shit is hitting things.
Ooh,
I don't know shit.
I did not roll well, but I ended up with a 16 anyways.
16. Al 6 and 16. Those are my 2 rolls. Okay. Al, that's impressive. Whoa, they smashed and bashed. Groovy.
I know the word trolls.
Yeah, you know the world trolls. They're big. They're scary. Rock, a little bit of reading, a little bit of storytelling along the way through travels. You don't know how true this is, but trolls have some semblance of a society. They have some semblance of intelligence. You heard tales and some, of your travels of trolls that, well, they rely on their natural abilities, and they are therefore somewhat brash and arrogant, and they don't really worry about dying usually. So you've heard of trolls taking on crazy feats to prove themselves as like alphas or strong packs or strong groups, maybe this is a display.
At this point, I'd be like, Marb, let's go. We should hang around.
Yeah, like at least we know they're like slightly a day away. They're not very fresh. They're just trolls. We need to be a little more alert if we see any more tracks, but we're not gonna get jumped anytime soon. Let's go.
Yeah. As an aside, so DM knowledge to my players, our characters don't know this, but they're something that's fun about trolls is they do have a society. They are very much where the strongest is the leader and everything. Something that's really fascinating about them is they do actually really do reckless and dangerous and stupid things just to prove themselves because of their natural regenerative ability. Like they can literally be beheaded and still survive. A troll does not need its head to live. It'll grow one back after a couple weeks. So,
I didn't
like,
know it was that powerful. Damn.
Guys, we should recruit the trolls to help us kill the necromancer.
yeah,
Imagine a
But if you
cockroach,
hit it
but
with like
400
one
times the
little
weight.
firebolt,
Ooh.
then it just
Yeah,
dies, right?
exactly. It's fire or acid. Yeah, really does fuck it up.
But we don't know that.
You guys know about the fire. You guys have used fire against the Hydra, and someone did something about trolls, and I remember I'm pretty sure someone rolled a check for that.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Yeah,
I
we're
rolled
just
it.
Rock
building. I
shot
think we're
the
safe.
troll body. Or that
Yeah.
was an ogre, right?
That was an ogre. But maybe I may be mistaken. But it is, I would say, for adventurers, especially, at y'all's career level now, level 6, you guys would have heard tales that fire trolls, no good.
Okay.
Kind of like, zombies radiant, no good. But yeah, just if you guys care, there's a really awesome YouTuber, Mr. Rex.
Oh yeah. This shit's good.
RHEXX,
I think so.
I think is how he spells it. The troll video is insanely well done, and yeah, some of them are like to the point where they take jobs as mercenaries, knowing that they won't get cut down, and if they do get cut down, what the fuck? I'll just regenerate and be okay. So they're very interesting. Anyways, going back to Material World. Yeah, so you guys are able to.
Oh, that's got a timestamp on it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys are able to trek along. And interestingly enough, as you guys are going on hills, and Davis and Calcer, you guys are kind of more honed in and keep a bead on the light and source and all that. And Marb, you're kind of tracking.
Mm-hmm.
The troll tracks and the bead of light, they seem to kind of be maybe going in a similar direction. And again, as you guys are traveling through, you guys are going through, and there are some undead, but they're not really approaching y'all. Full 8 hours of travel is able to be accomplished. The torch, Davis, you can go ahead and axe it.
And the braves go poof.
The braves are starting to wane. Marb, you're starting to feel that connection with them start to fade. So you go ahead and probably open up the satchel.
Mm-hmm. I dismount.
Turborius.
Torberius, or whatever it was. I don't remember how you pronounced it last time. You guys have about another 4 hours on your Iron Gut. And you guys have been taking off fairly early. So you still have a couple hours of daylight left if you guys want to try to push yourselves.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If we're all in.
Yeah. So the first hour, because you guys have been on, the animal and the bray and all that, no worries for exhaustion or all that. Again, Al, you're keeping an eye out for man-eaters. Interestingly enough, they're very sparse and few between here. They seem to be not a very easy environment for them to survive. But you do spot some every once in a while. The biting insects are around, but not nearly as much. So there's not really that type of worry. The main difference in this area is that there are a lot more standing bodies of water as you guys kind of trek forward. But you do essentially, over the next 2 or so hours, manage as the group to get to a a hill that is probably the largest hill that you've seen up to date. Definitely more of, it's like, even though it's tall, it's definitely even a wider hill than typical. And this one is all manner of just like trees that are in a state of, well, not healthy state, but they are trees. They're covered in those usnia. There are all manner of vegetation that is just hardy and able to survive such a landscape in this swampy area with the mosses and the molds and all that. And that might be the best place to take up camp.
Let's do it.
Just do it, yeah. This looks like a great mountain to camp on.
Before we set up camp, I would
Mhm.
like to see how Hans reacts to it.
Okay, to the hill.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, as you kind of you kind of approach the hill, and are you on the hill or are you at the base of the hill? How would you like to do it?
I mean, we can be on the hill. It's fine.
Okay.
whoever's
So you're
on
on.
it.
Gotcha. You're on the hill, and you activate Hans. Hans kind of, as he does, he kind of crawls, gets on your shoulder, does the thing where it looks like he's trying to look around, right? He's gonna, and then he just hops off, scuttles down, and he seems to still want to get off the hill. He's like, yeah. Definitely not as much of a boom off, but
Okay.
you could still ascertain that there is some
form of protection here.
Yes.
Yeah. We guys, I think he'll still protect us from the undead, but I'm not sure it'll scare trolls away at all. So we should probably be careful about the size of our fire and maybe try and keep it hidden a little bit.
Okay.
So we don't draw attention of. We're obviously worried about the undead, but there's obviously other stuff out here.
I mean, maybe we
probably
do
be
know a
worried.
fire.
Kalasor, go ahead and give me a perception check. If it's less than your passive, we'll just go with your passive. Yeah, so with your 18 passive, interestingly enough, as you're mentioning the trolls, there is not a single troll track on this hill. You see them basically as you've been traveling from hill to hill. They don't seem to go on them. They just seem to just march on through. You don't know why, but they don't care. But that's not to mean that you don't see signs of trolls, because you might have seen somewhere where it looks like maybe one was scratching its back or something on one of the other previous hills, but they don't, from your perception and then just your passive insight and understanding of things, maybe they just don't care. They're trolls. You grew up in parts of the swamp. You know how they are.
Yeah.
To an extent. So yeah, you guys are able to make up camp. Fire is up to y'all. If you want to keep it lowly stoked and all that. The night sky will be more clear than it's been for most of the other nights here. There is a slightly more noticeable chill, as with the lack of density and vegetation. When nightfall does kind of come in, the wind is able to blow through. It does kind of whisk away some of the warmth. Rock, you don't notice it at all. Thanks to your lovely little cloak. You're nice and cozy. But unfortunately, at this point, everyone's iron gut will have faded. And you're able to set up camp on a hill. Is there anything you guys are particularly wondering about or curious about, or you guys just want to take up watches? What's the plan?
Yeah, just watch it up.
Yeah.
I would like to try and cast Lesser Restoration on myself tonight before going to bed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just pray for a while after dinner.
Yep.
See if the law bearer is willing to help me out.
Okay. Speaking of dinner, everybody needs to eat rations. You do not have any in the bag because you used them for the bray.
Right.
So please go through and mark off your rations.
I can make food for us tonight too. You can get crackers.
I'm eating a ration. Fuck that.
Crackers it is.
I'm eating a ration.
That's fine. So go ahead and mark off your rations. You
At
guys
least give me
will.
your water skin, Davis.
Yeah, okay.
The water is important. Now, you guys have been relying on the torches from the satchel to make fire. That's not to say that you guys cannot gather supplies. There is plenty of wood. Some of it is in that weird crumbly state. So you guys can kind of come together, make a fire. No check needed, but you guys will burn a torch completely making the fire. So someone.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
So Druidcraft allows me to instantly light a small campfire. Do we still have to have material for it, or is it? I think it's part of Druidcraft allows me to like craft a campfire. But...
Okay. I'll say with the so you guys are able to salvage a torch, so you don't have to burn that. With Cal, you guys are able to gather some, and then Cal, you're able to kind of dry it, supplement it, grow it out a little bit more, and then you're able to, focus on it.
Fire.
And basically like when you get a magnifying glass with the sun, fire. Yeah. So you guys are able to get a campfire. Grant with lesser restoration. I just gotta read the description. I don't remember what all it does. It does do one disease. Yay, okay, cool. Yeah, so Grant, as you're sitting down and still feeling a little bit sluggish, and you kind of pray to your deity, Lawbearer, as that cold breeze as in night kind of whip through, there's that strange sense of home, that strange sense of familiarity that kind of is one of them that really was one comes through. And then for a moment when you're just kind of staring off, kind of, praying to the Lawbearer and attempting to lesser restore yourself, for a brief moment, you swear you see a few snowflakes just kind of pass by you and wisp off. And then over the next course of like a few hours, you start to notice you're not coughing as much. You're not feeling as sore and ill. And yeah, you're able to cure yourself of a disease.
Nice.
Thank you, Robert.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Should
I'm
probably
still
leave it
pestering
in my
Cal about
repertoire.
got any more lemongrass? Can you make more tea?
Sure.
I'm gonna go bring you some tea.
Excellent.
You get a cup of tea. You get a cup of tea.
Yeah. So you guys are up on this hill. Again, there's a few mighty trees on this hill that Cal, especially you, and I guess Cal and Marb, especially you two, being kind of more of the wilderness and the nature individuals, you notice that it is alive. It is in a very it's sickly, right? The trees here. There's not really much leaves on there. They seem to be all replaced by the old man's beards, which are dense and thick, and it's to the point where it's very hard to discern where one starts and another one doesn't. It's just like this giant tangled mess. The hues are very much of a more like on the grayish reds, grayish greens, grayish purples, grayish browns. There's always like gray, something gray here. As the sun does begin to, start to drop below the horizon line, all of you start to hear the activities start picking up and the patrolling and the wandering, and it's not an easy night to sleep in for the most part, as maybe the most undead that you've seen at one point was 30 or so. Your fire attracts a fair number, but whenever they get to this hill, they just kind of beat away. It pings and they walk away. Pings and they walk away. You guys are able to, as you see fit. Actually, no. You know what? This is spooky. Everybody give me a wisdom saving throw.
Spooky.
This shit is spooky. What am I saying? I'm not going to be nice to you.
Save.
Save
Okay.
throw. Yeah.
I have my 2 portents if anybody's not feeling confident.
Am I with?
Grant, you're fine. Marv, you're fine.
I'm gonna lucky mine.
All right.
22.
I'm sure I
Yeah,
failed
I'll
mine.
lucky it.
Oh yeah, you already rolled yours.
Maybe
Okay.
you'll become a vampire. Kind of cool.
Ooh.
So, all right, Cal, and then I need Rock. Are you gonna port in one of yours, Rock?
Yeah, I'll use the 14, so 18 total.
Okay. Cal and Davis.
Are now has
the
zombies.
No. You guys. Whenever you guys do decide to try to get some rest, or do decide to, be on watch through this course of the evening, it's spooky. It's eerie. You are at a constant state of just being on edge and frightened.
Okay.
There's something just so unnatural with just how many lifeless yet active bodies are just.
See, Cal and I are just totally fucked up because we saw that thing off in the distance, and we're just like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
that shit's scary.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I see it as you wish. It just the continual progression of one thing after another danger, after another threat, after another thing that you guys have not prepared for. No pebble, falling off your horses, etc.
Yep.
That day has definitely worn on to you guys. And then the fact that y'all saw an eerie blue star that you decided to ride towards is definitely something that is sitting in the back of your minds. What cycle of watches would you guys like to take?
I'll take first watch again.
All right. Anyone else?
I can take any. I'll
from-
take first if no one else wants.
I'm kind of tired from the previous night, so I'll take last watch.
Okay, Rock and Al for last watch.
Yeah, I'll go second then.
I'm definitely sleeping my armor as well.
Yeah. So Marb will be with Cal, Grant, and Davis. I believe is what it breaks down to.
David.
No, the D and the S are right
It's
next to each
fine,
other.
I get it.
Hey Dave, how you doing?
David, how you doing? All right. So yep. All right, first watch. Anything? I'm gonna kind of group y'all so it's a little bit easier for me. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I want to being a bit on edge tonight. I'm gonna walk down the hill a little way, but just to try and gauge and make a little bit of noise, just to see how far up the zombies are coming up the hill.
Okay.
Obviously, I'll keep what I'm pretty sure is a pretty safe distance and make a little noise, kind of just to see how far down it could go to where they're getting.
Okay. All right. So, are you? Yeah. So as you do, you kind of have Hans out there scuttling about, and you kind of are whatever it means. I don't know how you're producing the sound. If you're throwing things, if you're casting a cantrip, again, but however you're getting their attention, and you maybe stay 10 feet back or so. I don't know. What
I'll use druid. I'll use druid craft, and I can just make a whole bunch of different animal sounds that would attract them and stuff.
Okay. So as you're doing that, and you kind of create a moaning animal that's injured kind of sound, they rush, and then they get the glimpse of the fire, and they rush towards the fire, and you're standing about 10 feet back from the base of the hill, and they are not stopping, and they are coming up towards you. And then what do?
I mean, I'll like I was saying, I wasn't gonna go all the way to the bottom of the hill.
I
was
understand.
gonna go, yeah. I mean, I'll retreat.
It's gone up about 10, yeah. So as you start kind of taking some steps back, these are able to 20, 22 feet up the hill.
Okay.
And you're on like maybe 45, 50, right? And then the trees. So.
Okay. Are the zombies kind of like looking at me? Obviously, like see me. Can they see me?
Go ahead. So go ahead and because your passive insight's high enough. There are certain undead that you've you guys have now kind of been able to discuss and kind of mark them as zombies, as husks, ghouls. The zombies and the husks, they just react. Those ones that seem to be a little bit more put together, that actually have semblance of some wrappings and clothings, and they seem to actually be more of like a together humanoid entity. Once they make eye contact with you, they're not breaking it. They're and you can see with some of them that they have like their bones have maybe warped and protruded to the further they have like spines coming out. There's like their vertebrae actually kind of come out as ridges and spines. And Palisor, like with your dark vision at night and all that, you see that some of them like just have things just impaled on the back of their spines, and like one of the ghouls will kind of reach and kind of slov like something off its like kind of trying to like intimidatingly eat a fresh piece of meat off of its back.
Gross. Can I tell if it's the same ones that were at the other hill last night? Do they have any like identifying features?
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and give me a perception check. The DC is going to be pretty gnarly, honestly. In this case, I don't think your swamp bonus applies to these guys.
But it's wisdom.
I know, but it's not relating to the swamp itself. Does that make sense? You're relating to like identifying a feature of a creature. If that makes sense.
Then
You still rolled well. You still rolled very well. 23. Yeah. Even with the 26, I'll tell you. Like even with the 26, I mean, this one seems more pointy and rigidy than the other one that you saw. The other one seemed to be more like just gray and pale and had like a longer tongue. Different entity for sure. You think that they are still, just by the characteristics of like the longer black claws and like nails that have become like claws and talons, and they're like the grayish complexion, their eyes that are like white but have like very very much like beads in there, long tongues and teeth. They seem to be all ghoul. Like the thing is a ghoul. The ones that pay attention to y'all and like are show some sign of recognition and some sign of maybe even calculation, definitely ghouls.
Okay, but
this is by
like we don't have like a smarter ghoul following us. It's just what the ghoul are in the area is.
Yeah, from what you can tell, the ghoul, like as you guys said in chat, the ghoul that you saw, let's say he was Steve. This is not Steve.
Okay, sweet.
So I'm gonna look around for some like twigs and stuff at them.
Sure.
And I'm gonna start sharpening them.
Okay.
And then once I get about, you can tell me however long it takes, but after I get about 7 of them,
sure,
I am going to cast Spike Growth.
Yep. Okay. I'm
just curious on what type, like if this will hurt them or not, knowing that they're undead.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cast it in a range that I'll know they can like run across on the hill.
Yep.
And then I will whistle to have, or make noise to have them like run across it and see if they actually, like if it hurts them and if they notice it's there. That's what it is if you needed to.
Yep. I'm just looking at the range of one of your other spells. Okay, cool. No, Spike Growth I know because I don't mind min-maxing. Spike Growth Thorn Whip is a very, 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 very heavily implored tactic by a lot of druids.
Throw it out there and rake them across.
Yep.
Them across it. Yeah.
Yep.
So I want to see like if those smarter zombies notice it at all or notice me because like they see me casting it.
Yeah, you're not hiding it basically. You're just
right. Yeah.
stick. Yeah.
I want to know if they're intelligent or not.
Yeah. So the couple of ones that you and Marb, as the rest of the group is sleeping, right? And you guys are kind of, and the group, every once in a while y'all toss and turn. Grant, you're sleeping very well because you're feeling better. And it's a relief to not have this hacking cough. But yeah, so Marb and Callie are kind of working together. Marb, you're keeping an eye out, torch lit, and all that. Callie, you set up your little experiment. The one ghoul that has made eye contact with y'all and was ominously pulling off some fresh meat and eating, he's kind of observing y'all and just kind of stalking. But as you do the sounds and your distractions, some of them just start darting and they start just kind of crawling through and raking and breaking through your spine barrier, and it looks like it hurts. They're gashing and shredding. Like some of the lesser ones of like one that kind of gets caught and its leg gets kind of caught in the spine and keeps trying to trudge through it and ends up just ripping off like the lower part of its leg, and it starts kind of like hobbling towards the sound. But the one ghoul that at least made eye contact with you, I was just kind of looking and snarling. You do see though, after you've done this a few times, that as another ghoul, a different one came by and they do the test, that they seem to not have noticed it and ran through it, but they try to break through it and not as much as just kind of run through it, but they kind of start swiping at it and then start crawling through. But it does look like it gashes them up fairly well.
Okay.
Because yeah, I'm assuming yeah, it's magical piercing, so yeah, it's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. But you see, you do definitely see that at least the ones that you guys have identified as ghouls, that if they are aware of it, no. At least this one, the one that you made eye contact with, is
not Steve is definitely aware of it.
Yeah, this one just kind of, and then eventually, as as the evening passes on and you guys are starting to switch shifts, you do realize that the one that was staring out down seems to lose some interest and kind of get down on all fours and starts kind of crawling off.
All right. I would spend the evening whittling some other twigs just to have in my pockets.
I heard. You're just starting to turn into a Marb. I got my spike pocket. I got my thorn pocket. I got my, I like it. Yeah. If there's nothing else between you guys, the evening is that. That is your evening. It's not to say it's crashing waves of undead, but it is undead town. You are definitely in undead country now. One thing that is eerie and spooky enough, as you guys are also the more wilderness trekkie guys, there's not really any sounds of animals tonight. It's pretty just trudging feet, moans and wails and snarls. And
has it been this quiet since we left the hag's hut? Has it been this quiet the whole time?
Well, no, there's been at least some semblance of animals for most of the other nights. Here, it's as you guys are starting to wake up to get on to Davis to Grant, as you guys are getting woken up on the second shift. It's something that yeah, Grant, you would have picked up on it. It's kind of too quiet, minus the sounds of the undead.
Before that, can I quickly grab my short sword and just mark a line on the ground where we saw the zombies and the not the ghouls, what are the other ones? The husks. Stop.
Yeah, you can kind of
like a safe zone mark. Yeah, and just let them know hey, that line is where the ghouls approach, so they're getting higher and higher every night. Just don't go beyond that point. Yeah. And jump to bed.
Undead are more powerful here. I mean, there's no animals either. There's nothing but the dead.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, as you two seek to find some respite and sleep, Grant and Davis, anything particular in your watch, or are we good?
Yeah. I guess Marv had me kind of thinking from the other night.
Okay.
Probably say that Grant would at some point approach during the watch. Davis, the incident this afternoon, it was embarrassing, but it was also kind of a bad sign. We're deep in undead territory, and there is just the 6 of us. If one of us falls, yeah. Do you have something do you have someone that you would want us to contact? Do you have someone we want to send a message to? Assuming any of us ever got out. Did it not? Did I disconnect?
No, I can still hear you. I don't know what happened to Adam.
Adam's muted.
Or Danny.
Yeah.
The undead got him.
No.
Say something, you were alive.
That was weird. I couldn't unmute myself. Danny, are you here? Danny. All right, let's.
Caught him on that bathroom break.
Yeah, let's go ahead and.
Oh, fire.
Let's go ahead and make that a quick break.
Got him.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's all run to the bathroom, get some water, and we'll continue when we get back.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
That's funny.
Like, who's he gonna say? Yeah.
Come on, Punch. Where's your little toy? Where's your little toy, Punchy? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?